All right, today we are diving into something huge that's happening just under the surface in AI. And it's not what you think. It's not about making models bigger, it's about giving them a perfect, persistent memory. And this one thing, it could literally redefine what AI is even capable of. So let me ask you this. What if an AI remembered everything? Not just from one chat, but from days, weeks, even months ago. Or what if it could read an entire library, and I mean every single book, all at once, and reason across all of them? Yeah, that sounds like sci-fi, right? Well, it's not anymore. It's the new reality of AI context, and it is changing absolutely everything. To really get a sense of the scale here, just look at this number, 100 million. That's how many tokens. You can just think of them as pieces of words. Some of these new AIs can process in a single go. And to put that in perspective, that's like an AI reading 750 novels instantly. This is what we're calling the context window explosion. Okay, so let's get into our first section, AI's infinite memory. We're basically watching these models transform from these, well, forgetful calculators into real reasoning engines that can hold entire archives of info in their working memory. And this isn't just one company. Take a look at this. This memory revolution is happening everywhere. A million token context window? That's quickly becoming the new table stakes. You've got Google's Gemini pushing toward 2 million. Anthropic's Claude is obsessed with perfect recall inside its million tokens. Meta's going for a massive 10 million on device, no less. And then you've got this wild outlier, magic.dev, shooting for that absolutely insane 100 million token mark. So having this giant memory completely changes how we work with these things. For the longest time, we had this clumsy workaround called RAG, or retrieval-augmented generation. It was basically like shredding a book into tiny pieces and then asking an AI to search through the scraps. It kind of worked, but you lose so much context. The new way is just so much more elegant. You give the AI the entire book, the whole thing, and you let its own native intelligence find the connections that a simple search could never, ever spot. But of course, there's a catch. This incredible new power, it comes at a huge cost. And that brings us to the core problem we're going to unpack. We are crashing headfirst into a very real, very physical barrier called the memory wall. So to get what this wall is, we need to talk about something called the KV cache. The easiest way to think about it is like a working scratch pad for the AI. For every single word in your conversation, the AI calculates a key and a value, 2 numbers, and sticks them on this scratch pad. And the scratch pad just keeps growing and growing and growing with every word you add. And this chart, wow, this really shows you how big the problem gets. On the left, that's the AI's brain, the model itself. It's big, maybe 140 gigs, but it's a fixed size. Now look at the right. That's the scratch pad, the KV cache for a million token conversation. It balloons to over a terabyte. That's 10 times bigger than the AI's brain. It completely swamps the memory on any GPU out there. And the problem actually gets split into 2 parts. First, there's what's called the pre-fill phase. That's when the AI just reads your giant prompt. That's all about raw number crunching power. But then there's the decode phase. This is where it generates the answer, 1 word at a time. And here, the whole game changes. The bottleneck isn't processing anymore. It's memory speed. How fast can it read that gigantic scratch pad over and over again? And this right here, this is the memory wall in action. On the GPU, you have this super fast HBM memory, but the moment that KV cache gets too big and spills over into your regular system RAM, boom, the speed just falls off a cliff. We're talking a 90% drop. And if it has to go all the way to an SSD, forget about it. It's a total disaster. An answer that should be instant suddenly takes a second per word. You can't have a conversation like that. So how on earth do we solve this? Well, the first part of the answer isn't new chips. It's just incredibly clever software. And the ideas behind it, believe it or not, are actually pretty old, borrowed from classic operating systems. The big breakthrough here is a technique called paged attention, which powers this amazing system called VLLM. Instead of trying to find one huge, perfect block of memory, which is almost impossible, it just breaks up that giant KV cache into little, manageable chunks, or pages. And these pages can be scattered all over the memory, wherever there's a free spot. It's basically the same trick your computer's operating system has been using for decades. And the result? It's just staggering. Before, memory was a total mess. All this wasted space, fragmented all over the place. But afterwards, with on-demand allocation, you get almost zero waste. And what that means is you can handle way more users and much, much longer conversations using the exact same hardware. It's a huge efficiency win. And of course, the innovation didn't stop there. A newer system, Jenga, takes it even further, especially for these super complex models. It's like playing Tetris with the memory blocks, calculating the perfect size for every piece to pack them in with maximum efficiency. We're talking up to a 5 times performance boost. Okay, so you've got this brilliant software, but even the best software needs the right hardware to run on. And that brings us to the next layer of the solution, building a pyramid of hardware to support this whole new virtual memory system. This is what the modern AI memory hierarchy looks like. Right at the top of the pyramid, you've got that super fast but kind of small HBM on the GPU. That's for your hot data, the stuff the AI is using right this second. Then you have the warm tier, which is your system RAM. It's for data that might be needed any moment. And way down at the bottom, you have super fast SSDs. This is for the cold storage, the full memory of a conversation that you've paused, ready to be brought back to life in a snap. All right, so we've got smart software managing the memory, and we've got this tiered hardware pyramid. The last piece of the puzzle is to just make the data itself smaller. We need some clever algorithms to shrink that KV cache down without losing anything important. And this is where a really clever algorithm called Kiwi comes into play. The genius insight behind Kiwi was realizing that the key part and the value part of the cache are just different. They have different properties. So instead of using one-size-fits-all compression, they developed a custom strategy for each one. It's an asymmetric approach that leads to way better compression. And the result? A massive 4x improvement. This technique, basically a very smart 2-bit quantization, lets you cram 4 times as much conversation into that fastest GPU memory. It's a huge capacity multiplier, and you lose almost no quality in the process. And here's another brilliant trick, an algorithm called SnapKV. It's built on a really simple idea. In a really long document or chat, the AI isn't paying attention to everything equally. It's focused on just a few key things, the heavy hitters. So SnapKV is designed to find those heavy hitters and just get rid of the rest. By doing that, it can shrink the active cache size by a massive amount. Okay, so we can manage, tier, and shrink the data on a single machine. But what happens when you're talking 10 or 100 million tokens? That's not going to fit on one computer, no matter how clever you are. You have to go bigger. You have to scale across the whole data center. And the breakthrough that unlocks this is a technique called ring attention. Imagine you split your huge context across a bunch of GPUs. Each GPU works on its little piece. Then it passes its piece to its neighbor, like passing a baton in a relay race. They do this in a ring until every single GPU has seen every single piece of the data. And here's the magic part. The communication, the passing of the baton, is perfectly hidden behind the computation, so the network delay becomes effectively 0. It's an incredible trick. Okay, so to wrap all of that up, think of this slide as your cheat sheet for this whole memory revolution. You've got software like VLM for memory management. You've got algorithms like Kiwi for compression. You've got new hardware ideas, like systems that can compute directly on an SSD. And finally, you've got parallel scaling techniques like ring attention to tie it all together across an entire data center. It's a full-stack solution. And that really brings us to the final big picture idea. You know, for decades, computing has always been a story about limits, especially memory limits. What we've just walked through is a massive, coordinated attack on that fundamental barrier. So I'll just leave you with this question. When memory is no longer the limit, what happens next? What becomes possible when an AI can truly remember everything? What problems that seemed impossible just last year are we about to solve?